unselfish play. That unselfishness became contagious. Ty Lawson showing you he's got some ups to go with that speed.
Gallinari with the crossover.
What is up, Nuggets fans? Never Nuggets fan 2 back here again, here to give you guys my game recap for the Nuggets 109-105 loss to the Los Angeles Clippers last night in the Pepsi Center. This ended our 6-game winning streak and we fell to 14-6 with this loss to the Clippers. All in all, it was a pretty good shooting night for us. We were 49% from the field, 33% from the three-point line, and 75% from the free throw line across the board. Like I said, pretty solid shooting night for us. Clippers, on the other hand, were 45% from the field, 47% from the three-point line, and 65% from the free throw line. While they missed quite a bit of free throws in this game, I think they missed 9 total. They shot lights out from the three-point line, 47% from there, and that was a big reason why we lost this game. That's some of the good things we did in this game. We had 21 fast break points. I thought at times in this game we did a great job of really forcing the Clippers to run up and down the court with us. Really, I thought we did a great job of controlling the tempo of the game. And I tell you what, as athletic of a team as that Clippers team is, they can't run with us. And at moments in this game, we were just able to get in transition and get so many easy buckets on the break here against the Clippers. We had 22 assists. I thought for the most part, the ball movement and overall passing was pretty solid by our guys. A lot better in this game than it was in the game against the Raptors. Did a good job of kind of owning the paint here in this game against the Clippers in terms of points in the paint. We outscored the Clippers 62-30 in the paint. The Clippers are really settling for a lot of jump shots in this game and a lot of three-point shots in this game. Luckily for them, they were able to hit them. But I thought interiorly our defense pretty solid. Did a good job of keeping the Clippers out of the paint, and did a good job offensively of attacking all night and not being afraid to go against that great front court that the Clippers have, and did a great job of attacking the rim and trying to get some buckets at the rim and get high percentage shots. Had 7 blocks. I thought all game did a pretty solid job of protecting the rim. As I mentioned before, I thought our interior defense was real solid, and I thought the bench played extremely well. Our bench outscored the Clippers bench 40-18 in this game. You love seeing that. I thought Rudy and Al were very good off the bench. Even Julian Stone came in, played some really good minutes. I thought his defense was very solid. Hit a nice 3-point shot here in this game. Finished with 6 points, and even Corey Brewer came in and played with great energy. I liked his defense and did a pretty good job on the offensive glass. Looking at the bad things we did in this game, as I just mentioned, our starters really got, I thought, outplayed here by the Clippers starting 5 here in this game. Our starters got outscored 91-65 by the Clippers starting 5. So as our bench did a great job here against the Clippers bench of outperforming them, that kind of bench production that we got in this game was nullified by our starters just not really matching the level of intensity and level of play that the Clippers stars are playing with. I mean, they nearly get outscored by 30 points to our starters by the Clippers stars. So that obviously really hurt us in this game, and we got to get better production from our starting 5 than we did here in this game against the Clippers. We allowed the Clippers to hit 14 threes. As I mentioned before, I thought we did a pretty good job of forcing the Clippers to take jump shots, but there was moments in this game where our rotations were really late getting over, and the Clippers would get wide open threes, and they took advantage of that, hit 14 threes total, and just really had it going from the outside here in this game. We gave up 13 offensive rebounds. I thought we did a pretty poor job, especially our bigs, of boxing out the Clippers front court and defending the offensive glass. That must improve. And if you look at our 2 main bigs against the Clippers' 2 main bigs, it being Blake Griffin and DeAndre Jordan versus Nene and Mozgov, those 2 guys just really outplayed Nene and Mozgov here big time. Blake Griffin and DeAndre Jordan combined for 25 points, 26 rebounds. 8 of those 26 rebounds were offensive rebounds and 9 blocks. Nene and Mozgov, on the other hand, combined for 27 points. You like seeing that, but only 13 rebounds, and only 3 of those 13 rebounds were offensive rebounds and only 4 blocks. So I mean, that really hurt us. Mozgov and Nene got to play a little better. You like them matching Griffin and Jordan's combined scoring, but I mean, Griffin and Jordan had double the rebounds, basically double the offensive rebounds, and double the blocks. I mean, they really destroyed Nene and Mozgov on the glass, and that's something that needs to improve in our next meeting against the Clippers this Thursday, and more importantly, tomorrow against Memphis, who's got a really good front court. Is Mozgov and Nene to step up on the glass a little better and do a better job on the offensive glass and defending the offensive glass, because that also was a big reason why we lost this game, is Griffin and Jordan just owned Mozgov and Nene on the glass. And we were outscored 32-22 in the fourth quarter by the Clippers. That's really where we lost the game. There was a moment in this game where we had a 10-point lead, and we just let it slip away. I mean, there was so many times in this game where it looked like we were about to pull away, and the Clippers would come back because of lapses in our defense and hit big threes, and they would get a bunch of offensive rebounds and get a bunch of second chance points and hit threes off that or score off that. And they just really played great defense and executed very well offensively in the fourth quarter. Looking at some individual performances here for the Nuggets, starting with Nene. He led the way with 18 points, 9 rebounds, but did have 3 turnovers, was 9-12 from the field, got to the free throw line no times in this game. I thought from an aggressive standpoint, Nene didn't do a good job at all being aggressive. I thought he settled for the jump shot a little too much in this game. There was a couple good plays where Andre was able to hit Nene on the break, where Nene would cut and get some dunks here. And I thought as the game wore on, he was pretty big for us in the fourth quarter. But the 3 turnovers don't like seeing. I thought he got at times he got a little flustered by Griffin and Jordan, and I just didn't think he did a good job of trying to draw fouls and trying to get to the basket. But 18-9, still pretty solid game for Nene, but you don't like the 3 turnovers, and like I said, I thought could have been a little more aggressive. Danilo Gallinari had a pretty solid game. I mean, he had 17.7 rebounds, shot 5 of 14 from the field, 2 of 4 from the three-point line, 5 of 6 from the free throw line. I thought did a great job all game of attacking the basket and getting to the rim and trying to draw fouls. There's just he wasn't getting any calls down the stretch, and I thought it was pretty pathetic. You know, he only shot 6 free throws in this game. I thought he easily should have shot 10. I mean, there was multiple times in this game where I thought DeAndre Jordan fouled him, and I thought Gallo did a good job all game of beating whoever was on him off the dribble and getting to the one play in this game where Gallo just absolutely burned Blake Griffin. Took him to the baseline, finished that off with a dunk. Took a dunk coast to coast where he crossed over DeAndre Jordan, slammed it home. And I thought it was pretty solid all night. I mean, it wasn't the most efficient performance out of Gallo, but you know, I thought down the stretch he was trying to get something going offensively and just couldn't get a call. You like him, you know, shooting 2 of 4 from the three-point line, was pretty good on the glass, but just couldn't get a call, and that's just real unfortunate because I thought he was doing all he could to try to get a foul here. Andre Miller had a solid game, 16 points, 10 assists for Andre Miller, another double-double for him. That's now 4 straight double-doubles in a row for Andre and his 6th overall in the season. He's played great as of late. Obviously started for Ty Lawson. Ty Lawson missed another game with a sprained ankle. I think if Lawson plays, we easily win this game by probably 10 points, but Dre did a great job of filling in for him once again. Went 6 of 16 from the field, 0 of 2 from the three-point line, 4 of 4 from the free throw line. Had a couple lobs in this game to Mozgov. You know, I think he had 1 lob to Nene. Passing was great, but his shot, you know, just wasn't falling. His shot selection could have been slightly better. I mean, not a super efficient offensive night for Andre because he has 16 points on 16 shots, but all in all, I thought a decent game for Andre. There was one play where CP3 just absolutely crossed him over. Andre fell down. That was tough to watch, but all in all, I thought Andre Miller played really well, and he's been playing well. And then you look off the bench, you know, Al Harrington was solid, 16 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists for Al. He goes 6 of 16 from the field, 0 of 4 from the three-point line, 4 of 4 from the free throw line. I thought Al overall was pretty solid, but again, getting 16 points on 16 shots, not the greatest a night in terms of efficiency for Al Harrington. And he went 0 of 4 from the three-point line, and pretty much every single one of those 4 looks from the three-point line were good looks, and normally those were shots Al was gonna, you know, he's gonna make. He missed a couple open threes that really he's got to knock down, and usually he's gonna knock down that really came back to hurt us here. And then Rudy off the bench had 12 points, 6 boards, but also had 4 turnovers. There was plays in this game where he was just trying to force it a little too much in terms of his passing. He got to the rack a couple times and decided to pass off, and that would lead to a turnover instead of going right to the rim and drawing a foul or getting an easy layup. He was 5-8 from the field, 2-5 from the three-point line. Rudy also had this play where Brewer just threw up this half-court heave like at the end of the third quarter, and Rudy was able to, off the miss, tip it in right at the buzzer. That was one of the best plays of the year, and I thought a great play by Rudy. And I hate seeing Rudy get to the rim so easily and then passing it off, leading to a turnover. That really hurt us. For the Clippers, obviously Chauncey led the way, 11 of 20 from the field, 6 of 12 from the three-point line, 4 of 4 from the free throw line. Great game for Chauncey. I think people are a little bit overstating his performance. I mean, he did have 3 turnovers. He had 32 points, you know, which is good, but his shot selection I thought was terrible all game. He goes 6 of 12 from the three-point line, 1 to be taking 12 threes. I don't know any player that should ever take 12 threes. He did hit half of them. You know, we got to do a better job defensively of not allowing Chauncey to get so many open looks from 3 and not allow him to shoot 50% from downtown, but still, his shot selection was not good. He took a couple poor shots in this game that he just luckily hit. Like I said, got a couple fouls down the stretch that were just terrible. He got a couple plays where he would create the contact, or a lot of times he got Rudy up in this game, and obviously would do the fake and rake. I hate that call. I think that's a call that shouldn't be called. And Chauncey got that call a couple times, and obviously the flop on Nene to essentially win the game for the Clippers, I thought was terrible. But give Chauncey credit. I'll always be a fan of Chauncey Billups. It still upsets me that we made him part of that Miller trade. But the Clippers got a great player, and if we're going to lose, there's no one I'd rather lose to than Chauncey Billups. Paul, I thought, killed us worse than Chauncey, to be honest with you. I thought he was the more efficient player of the two. He had 25 points, 7 assists, 6 rebounds, 2 steals, was 9-19 from the field, 3 of 6 from the three-point line, 4 from the free throw line. Did a great job of taking advantage of our weak pick and roll defense. The pick and roll was huge for the Clippers offense here. Chris Paul did a great job of getting to the rim off the pick and roll, or getting an open jumper where we'd be late on our hedging the pick. And there was a couple plays where we'd go under the screen instead of trying to hedge over it, and Chris Paul got a couple open threes off that. I just got to do a better job defensively in terms of our pick and roll defense, and I think Paul would have been a little less effective. And I think if Ty Lawson was in this game, Chris Paul also would have struggled, not only on the defensive end, but offensively, I don't think he would have been as effective and as efficient as he was. Lastly, for the Clippers, Blake Griffin had a double-double, 17 points, 13 rebounds, 4 blocks, and 3 assists, was 7 of 16 from the field. Did a great job on the glass, had 4 offensive rebounds, did a great job of creating some second-chance possessions for the Clippers offense, and really did a good job on Nene all game, and I thought had a pretty good game against Nene offensively. Out-rebound Nene, outworked him on the boards, and did a great job protecting the rim with the 4 blocks. But I think for being as great of a player and as big and strong of a guy he does flop quite a bit. So all in all, just a game that I thought we easily could have won, and not executing down the stretch, and our starters not playing as well as they should have was a big reason we lost, and we fall to 14-6 with this loss. That's my game recap, guys. Sorry for the length of the video. Tough loss for the Nuggets. We fall to 14-6 with this loss, and now just got to pick ourselves back up and get ready for a very good Memphis team tomorrow. So that's it for me, guys. As always, go Nuggets.